People wonder whether they should save money into their regular 401k and get a deduction on their current income tax return, or put their money into the Roth IRA and forego the deduction now, but not pay tax on earnings later. You have advocates on both sides, and it's confusing for people trying to decide the right things to do. Hello, and welcome to 3 Minute Money. I'm Pat Zumbusch, your YouTube CFP. Today's topic is on the increasingly hot button issue of Roth accounts and whether you should save into one. This video will give you some direction that you'll find very helpful and practical. People hate paying taxes, and the lower tax bill from contributing to a regular 401k or an IRA sounds good, but let me tell you the top positives and negatives for doing a Roth contribution. And if you do all the math, spoiler alert, I think the positives outweigh the negatives. Here's the positives of a Roth. First, tax rates in this country are 10 to 40%, and I don't think they are going down. Thus, money you put into a Roth account now gives you an extra 10 to 40% of income when you pull it out. A second reason Roths might be good is that if you have lower income now, you simply don't get a lot of benefit from your tax rate on putting money into a regular IRA or your 401k, where you do get a deduction on your tax return. Thus, you are trading a low tax benefit now for a possibly higher tax benefit later. If you save money on a regular basis, then you will probably have higher taxes later. Thirdly, sooner or later, it's really nice to have a bucket of dollars that you can pull chunks of money out of and never pay tax. A Roth is that bucket. Fourth, and kind of tricky, is that households that earn more than $240,000 in 2024 might not be able to do a Roth IRA on the outside, even if they are young. However, ERISA company savings plans currently don't impose income limits in the plan, so you can allocate your money to a Roth in one of them regardless of your income. Fifth, most company 401k plans have a company match component to add to your savings. That company match component in your account is always going to get taxed at ordinary rates when it comes out. Thus, if you do a Roth, you are arbitraging your tax bet because some of it will get taxed at ordinary rates and some of it will come out tax-free. Thus, you are hedging your bet. And finally, unless you think income tax rates in the United States are going down, in which case I have to check whether you're drinking, the tax-exempt benefit would go up even more. Meaning, if you would have gotten a tax break now at 15% and later taxes for that same income bracket goes up to 25%, you would have gained 10% more just because this country spends money like a drunken sailor. Thus, you would be partially hedging against future tax increases. Okay, if those are the positives, what are the negatives? I can think of two. First off, you must wait 5 years after opening a Roth before pulling out any balances or earnings, or you get a 10% penalty. However, considering you also get a 10% penalty on your IRA if you pull that money out before 59.5, I think that deal is a wash. Second, opposite of the previously mentioned scenario, you never saved any money and now you're 60 years old and need to pull money out, say at 67 years old, that's only 7 years of deferral. But the bigger math issue is that you would likely see your tax rates in retirement go down versus your income that you have now because you have simply not saved enough money. In this case, I'd take the current income tax deduction. Given these pluses and minuses, overall, I would provide these guidelines. If you are under 40 years old, I'd put my money full into the Roth side. If you're over 60 years old and haven't saved much, I wouldn't do a Roth. But if you have saved a good chunk of change, I'd put 50% of my annual savings into a Roth and still hedge against future tax increases. That's it for this session. Thanks for letting me help you do wise things with your money.